Caitlin Clark and
I'm a fan.
Angel Reese, right?
Yeah.
They're going back and forth.
I'm a fan of both.
And Jamil Hill says by the time Angel Reese is done, she's going to be the Michael Jordan of WNBA.
She said about Angel Reese?
She said Angel Reese, by the time she retires, can you pull up this quote? She said, by the time she retires, she will be the MJ.
Stephen A. Smith just hit the brakes on Angel Reese's ego trip so hard it's left skid marks. And trust me, this is no glitzy Netflix special with a scripted fall from grace. Angel pulled a move that had the internet collectively gasping, "Wait, really?" If you thought the drama on the hardwood peaked with buzzer beaters, buckle up. Stephen A. didn't just drop a mic, he lit it on fire. The big question, what did Angel do now? Brace yourself.
It's not about black and white. It's about that white player and that black player. Why? Because of the history that they had before they came to the WNBA. You see, it was all instigated. If Angel Reese was never in Caitlin Clark's face, taunting her the way that she did when they mimicking what Caitlin Clark was doing to numerous opponents en route to the Final Four. And then Angel Reese and LSU bust their living you-know-what at that particular moment in time. And Angel Reese was in her face chirping at her the way that she did. It would have never gotten to this point.
4 points. Yep, that's it. Angel Reese managed a whopping 4 points, as if she was on a scoring diet while sitting atop a throne of rebounds. Even with Caitlin Clark iced on the bench like she's posing for a sports drink ad, half wrapped in ice, the other half wrapped in hope, Angel couldn't seize the moment. She had the ball, the spotlight, the chance to shine, and still managed a stat line that screams underwhelming. If you can't wait for Reese's next blooper, then comment, "Fire the baby giraffe" down below. Let's go.
First of all, it's not a rivalry. Not when you lose about 35 points.
That's true.
It's not rivalry. Indiana Fever's on a different level than Chicago Sky. Let's get that out the way. Secondly, as much as we love Angel Reese because she is special, she's not Caitlin Clark as a player. Caitlin Clark is on a different level. We just have to own that.
Look, this performance was less, "I'll show them," and more, "Oops, I forgot where the hoop was." While the national narrative featured Caitlin Clark sidelined but still managing to impact the game, Angel's contribution was so lackluster it might have come with a polite apology card. 4 points. That's not a stat line. That's a cry for help from someone who just realized they're auditioning for an exit interview.
Most fans were excited to see Caitlin Clark and Indiana Fever take on Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky. The game was a blowout as the Fever beat down Chicago 93-58, with Clark's triple-double leading the way. But the biggest headline coming out of the game on Saturday is the investigation the WNBA is conducting into allegations of hateful fan comments directed at Angel Reese. It happened after this play when Clark slapped at the ball after Reese grabbed an offensive rebound.
Okay, sure. She grabbed those 12 rebounds. And yes, she treats them like currency, like each one is a free meal at Chick-fil-A. But rebounds without buckets? That's just collecting participation trophies. She's acting like scoring double digits is a chore, like the WNBA said, "Here's the opportunity to do more." And she said, "Nah, I'll pass." It's as if she's treating scoring like a luxury item. Nice to have, but not necessary.
Angel Reese, part 38, let's get it!
Life throws her lemons. She makes bricks.
Bang!
PSA to anyone watching, she is right-handed. Right-handed, by the way. She missed the rim by 3 feet, man.
Bang!
I gotta say, this is my favorite summer sitcom. Pecan?
Butter pecan! Bang!
Here's a stat. She's been blocked 20 times, and she's only made 21 hoops.
What? Bang!
You know it's a rough night when even the broadcast crew tries damage control. Well, she contributed elsewhere. Elsewhere how? With a cameo in a reality show, maybe? She spent the evening running laps in sneakers that haven't seen the rim since college. The camera even caught her in a glaze, like she was mentally applying for a spin-off series. The Real Stat Hoarders of WNBA, where the stats don't matter so long as you look fierce.
Because I was calling it from day one. You got people that are resentful towards her. But it's really not about her, guys. It's about what she represents. Before she ever came along, there were a lot of outstanding basketball players who happened to be black females that was doing their thing on the WNBA level. And they never got this kind of shine.
And look, Angel once strutted in with swagger for days. Lashes, nails, hair on point, confidence unshaken. But that 4-point episode screamed, "I peaked in college," loud enough to wake the NCAA archives. This isn't the long-expected Bayou Barbie takeover. It's turning into the desperate housewives of the WNBA. And Angel's pouring over a lonely glass of Pinot, asking, "Where's everyone gone?" Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark, despite being double-teamed, elbowed, and iced, still puts up points, dishes assists, and hits threes like she's playing in her backyard gym. She doesn't just show up, she shows out. Angel had the perfect setup. No Caitlin, full attention, the mic handed to her, and still flopped.
Elaborate a little bit more on that in just a second. But before I do that, I want to ask you your thoughts about apparently some racial animus that was thrown in the direction of Angel Reese. The Chicago Sky have gotten involved, talking about they're going to protect their players at all costs. The NWNBA has issued a statement saying it abhors and discourages hate of any kind, etc., etc. Your thoughts about it? Here's the WNBA statement. The WNBA strongly condemns racism, hate, and discrimination in all forms. They have no place in our league or in society. We are aware of the allegations and are looking into the matter. Your thoughts about that element of all of this, where you believe it emanates from, and do you think it will ever subside?
That rebound-heavy stat line? Sure, 12 boards scream hustle, but rebounds aren't the same as impact. You can box out 3 players and still watch your shot clang off the front rim. Angel was out there snagging rebounds like Pokemon cards. "Gotta catch 'em all," she said, then never used them.
Oh, man. The latter part of that, Stephen A., is quite the thing to think on. I think when you go back to the impetus of the rivalry that we have between Caitlin and Angel Reese, I remember funny clips on the internet.
Another diabolical stat. She's 19 of 59 from less than 5 feet away. How about that, man? Bang! She should work at housekeeping for hotels because she can turn it over quickly. Lost by 27, scored only 4 points against the Indiana Fever. To mention no Caitlin Clark, no problem, give and go. Like a given no shot of working. Bang!
You prefer a car or plane?
Car or plane for what? For how you want to travel! That's too many steps and you can't do that.
Now the whispers are getting louder. Yep, the same whispers that claim Angel compared herself to Michael Jordan. This isn't a high school pep rally. If you're not scoring, you're not playing. And right now, Angel's contribution might be her sideline runway looks or keeping seats warm. Not exactly MVP behavior. If she sees her minutes shrinking, she might want to check with the stylist before the stats coach.
I have yet to see a single example of Angel Reese being a leader outside of rebounding her own missed layups. What does Angel Reese do? What is her contribution? You tell me, because I'm not seeing it. I know I'm harsh on Angel Reese, but she considers herself a star. If you're going to call yourself a star, I expect you to perform like a star, especially in big moments. Caitlin Clark was injured. Angel Reese was the only star on the court last night. And for 27 minutes, she completely disappeared.
This was supposed to be her breakout year, the moment she proves she's more than just an attitude with highlight clips. Instead, she's turned into the WNBA's version of a viral TikTok trend. Big hype, quick drop-off, and now she's the punchline in highlight reels. Remember the milk crate challenge? That's Angel's season. Started high, took a shaky step, and now we're all watching her fall. Just not fast enough for the rest of us.
Caitlin Clark's or Angel Reese's popularity in large part is attributed to her behavior towards Caitlin Clark. Because when Caitlin Clark was busy taunting opponents a couple of years back before LSU smacked Iowa around in the national championship game or so, it was Angel Reese that was clapping back at Caitlin Clark once it was Caitlin Clark's turn to have her comeuppance. And that's what made Angel Reese famous. Now, Angel Reese experienced vitriol thereafter. It was tough for her to deal with, as she articulated.
And don't get it twisted. People were genuinely rooting for Angel Reese to succeed. She came into the league as a headline-generating machine, a walking storyline, the rival to Caitlin Clark, the drama, the flair, the Bayou Barbie spectacle the WNBA could market for months. She had it all. The charisma, the college stardom, the viral moments. But all that glitter means nothing when you're putting up numbers that wouldn't scare a junior varsity team. 4 points isn't just underwhelming, it's becoming symbolic. Unless she's out here performing some kind of postmodern sports satire about inefficiency, this isn't cutting it. And now, fans are waking up. They're logging on, watching the games, and going, wait, that's it? Twitter was on fire, not with admiration, but confusion. 4 points? Again? She's grabbing rebounds like a beast, sure, but offensively she's gone missing like a left AirPod. Even her diehard fans are trying to rewrite the narrative, posting threads like, we need to talk about how Angel Reese is actually good, you just don't understand basketball. Karen, please, she's struggling like a flip phone in 2025.
Well, there's a lot of reaction coming in from last night's drubbing, destruction, annihilation, cremation, whatever you want to call it, roasting, sauteed, whatever your form of cooking may be. But the Indiana Fever absolutely dismantled the Chicago Sky.
And what makes this so glaring is that Caitlin Clark, yes, the girl sitting out injured, is still dominating the league's conversation without even playing. That's when it starts getting really uncomfortable. Caitlin's on the bench, probably with an ankle wrapped up, sipping electrolytes and casually watching, while Angel is out there looking like she forgot her own position. And yet, Clark still feels like the bigger presence on the court. How do you lose the spotlight to someone not even in uniform? And then the rumors start swirling. Front office whispers. Is she getting benched? Will they rest her for development? That's basketball code for, we can't say this publicly, but yikes. It's not just a slump. It's a reckoning. The Sky didn't draft a TikTok star. They wanted a franchise pillar. Instead, they're getting a rebound machine with a scoring allergy.
This is only women that get this. I'm tired of it. Like, here's my thing, you guys. What else? Who are these girls? Who are these girls that are hating on Caitlin Clark? Are you just combing through Twitter? What else are these women supposed to do? Fawn over her? Fangirl over her? Bend the fucking knee? Kiss the ring? Like, what do you want from them? We cannot, every time the girl plays a game, she got 40 games, guys. She got 35 more games. We are not, every single game, gonna revisit and retread this same tired-ass rhetoric that all these girls are hating on her, and they need to be thankful they have been.
Let's be honest. Teams want killers on the court. Not just players with great lashes and motivational Instagram bios. If you're going to flex on social media, at least follow it up with something beyond 4 to 12 shooting and vibes. Even Stephen A. Smith probably sat back, cleaned his glasses, stared at that box score, and hollered to the heavens, 4 points? This young lady better understand, this isn't LSU anymore. Because she's not wrong. The WNBA is not a charity. They don't hand out all-star ballots for high-effort cardio. You don't get minutes for memories. And right now, Angel's box scores look like someone misprinted them.
What an outfit Angel Reese was rocking. She put a lot of time, a lot of effort into making sure her ensemble was on point. Are my boots matching my jacket? Are my gloves matching my hat? Angel Reese put in tons of time for this outfit, which begs the question, does Angel Reese put in more time in her outfits for the pregame catwalk, or does she put in more time to actually get better at the game?
And the tension is rising. Every minute Angel spends on that court without production adds to the scrutiny. This isn't the NCAA. This is the big leagues. You're expected to earn every second. You think coaches in the WNBA are going to give you 30 minutes just for personality? Please. The minute your efficiency drops, so does your playing time. If you're not scoring, assisting, or defending with impact, you're just taking up space on the court. Angel isn't just playing basketball anymore. She's fighting to stay relevant in a league that will move on from hype faster than a Twitter trend.
The Goose comes along, and she wreaks havoc. She's the Rookie of the Year. She's 4th in the league in MVP voting. 4th in the league, her rookie year.
Wow.
Outstanding. She's like Steph Curry. She can pull up from anywhere. You understand? She has that kind of capability. Didn't win a national championship. Lost to LSU one year. Lost to South Carolina another year. But she's outstanding and clearly worthy of being the number 1 overall pick. And what I was saying to everybody is ride the wave. Rising tide lifts all boats.
So now the stakes have changed. This isn't about potential anymore. This is about performance. Either she bounces back fast, or we're looking at an ESPN documentary 10 years from now called Angel Reese, The Hype That Never Hit, featuring dramatic piano, slow-motion turnovers, and a narrator whispering, "What happened?" And now we need to talk about Tyler Marsh, the man charged with the impossible task of unlocking Angel Reese like she's a hidden NBA 2K character. He's tried everything: power forward, small ball 5, weird pseudo-wing assignments. At this point, Marsh is probably drawing plays in hieroglyphics trying to get her to score. But here's the problem. It doesn't matter where you put her if she can't convert. It's like rearranging furniture in a haunted house and wondering why the ghosts are still there. Marsh could stick her under the basket or at half court. If she's putting up 4 points, none of it works. Chicago, we have a problem.
She balled at Iowa in college. She's balled since she's been in the NBA. She came into the league last year with no break whatsoever between the college game and the pro game and did her thing. Ended up as an all-star, ended up being 4th in the league in MVP voting, was the clear winner for Rookie of the Year. No competition whatsoever in that regard when it was really all said and done. We know what she brings to the table.
Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is on the injury list and still managing to be the WNBA's centerpiece. She could be in a walking boot, shooting from a chair, and still run circles around Angel in both stats and storylines. On her worst day, Clark finds ways to impact the game. She dishes assists, sinks threes, draws defenders like a magnet. Even off the court, she's the storyline. You think when she's healthy again, she's going to ease back gently? No way. She's coming back locked in. Meanwhile, Angel's stat line still reads like she's playing dodgeball, not basketball. You can't even deny it anymore. Watch the crowd reaction. Ball goes to Angel, and it's not excitement. It's the groan of a fan base bracing for disappointment. It's like watching someone try to remember their password in front of 10,000 people. And the coaching decisions? Moving her around like a game of musical chairs? That's not a system. That's a desperate search for a spark that isn't there.
Actually feel bad for Angel Reese at this point, and it has nothing to do with like how she's handled herself or anything. It's just simply Caitlin Clark is so much better than Angel Reese at basketball that it doesn't feel fair.
Yeah, I think Angel Reese is struggling with the fact that Caitlin Clark is better at her best thing than she is.
Well, she's better at everything.
And
she had a triple-double. She's tied for the third most triple-doubles in WNBA history, and she's played 50 games.
Let's just call it Angel's not delivering, not developing, not adjusting. Her impact is all rebounds and little else. And it's only getting harder to justify the minutes when there are younger, hungrier players ready to prove themselves. Because Caitlin Clark isn't coming back to be solid. She's coming back to remind everyone she's the face of the league. And when she starts dropping 20 a night again, Angel's 4-point ghost games are going to look even rougher. The league needs players who elevate the game, not just elevate their brand. And if Angel doesn't find her offensive rhythm soon, she won't just be trailing behind, she'll be forgotten. All the preseason hype, the NIL deals, the media buzz, it fades quickly when the box score doesn't back it up. And right now, the numbers aren't lying.
Unfortunately, it comes with the crown.
I got to push back on you a little bit.
Okay.
I think you're being a little bit too PC. Let's call it what it is. I am not trying to say that she should be criticized or she is wrong. What I'm saying is by pulling it down, clearly you felt there was something wrong with it. Now, yes, you are 22. Yes, you are young. And there's a lot of things that we didn't want people to know about when we were her age. Fair enough, especially me, okay? Because I'm 30 plus years removed from that age. I got that part. There was no social media then or whatever. But here's my point to you. She knows this social media. She is not dumb.
Even within the team, the vibe has to be tense. Imagine working your tail off for 10 minutes off the bench while Angel jogs around for 30, contributing little more than hustle. That's the kind of thing that kills morale. And for the front office, this has to be an existential crisis. You built a brand around her, and now the product is flopping. She's not returning value. She's putting up G League energy in a primetime spot. And the fans, they were sold the idea of a generational rivalry. Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese, Iowa versus Baton Rouge, college royalty clash reborn in the pros. What did they get instead? Caitlyn putting up highlight plays with a sprained ankle, and Angel sprinting around the court like a Peloton instructor doing a low-impact ride. You promised them fireworks, and you delivered a sparkler in the rain.
Jackie Robinson of the WNBA will be Caitlin Clark if she stays healthy. There's a group of them that would hope for her to be out. But
why do you say she's going to be the Jackie Robinson of the WNBA?
Well,
it's not like she's the first white girl.
She's not the first white girl, but she's the first white superstar at the levels where she's scoring these, the threes she's shooting. She's like a Steph Curry. She's the first actual superstar that people care. When's the last time we watched like college basketball? If I told you, tell me the greatest college basketball female basketball players last 30 years, and you watch
Diana
I know her. She's our meat. But you look at some of these names, you see some of these people on how they do.
If this trend continues, it's not going to be funny anymore. It'll be sad. A what could have been. Clark thriving while Reese fades. A perfect lesson in why branding only gets you so far. Production is what lasts. So yeah, it's time to face the truth. If the Sky want to win, they need to stop hoping for magic. Angel Reese, right now, is not the player they hoped for. Until she starts putting up real numbers, she's not the answer. She's a liability. She's a warning label. And if something doesn't change fast, she won't just be losing games, she'll be losing her spot in the league. Because the WNBA doesn't wait for you to get it together. Either you contribute or you're gone. Simple as that. If you can't wait for Reese's next blooper, then comment "Fire the Baby Giraffe" down below. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss out. Click the video on the screen, and we will see you in the next one.